The tiefling, the fiery one. Ravel cackles softly, her eyes kindle as if amused. No choice at all. When you feel instead of think, there is little room for choice. Anna makes no response. Ravel's mere presence seemed to have silenced her. Her tail has stopped flickering, however. Her eyes have lost their hard edge. Enough of with this, Ravel. What other questions did you have? Shh! Be time enough for you to speak, my precious man. Ravel taps a talon against one of her yellow tusks. This question next. What do you feel for these that have come with you? Do they matter in your heart? She smiles at black veins dancing in her eyes. Or are they tools for you? Let's see here. They matter to me. Even the Gith? Ravel's ember gaze falls upon Dekan. They slide to lock with your eyes. Speak what he means to you. Say it true, or blanketing my garden he will be. He is my ally. I know him. He is my friend. Ah, Ravel nods. She smiles again, her talons tapping against each other. Does that surprise you? What of the skull? Ravel doesn't even bother to look at Mort. Surely he matters not to one such as you, or does he? He often angers me and is useless in combat. I hate him. All of these are truths, but I like him. He's my friend. Curious, curiouser, curious her. Ravel smiles. Quite the puzzle box you are shaping up to be. What else lurks in the dark place of your mind? I hide nothing. Ah, Ravel's voice takes on a threatening weight. She turns to fall from grace, her red eyes ablazing. And here's the core of it, the abyssal temptress. Does she rise above the merely carnal to you? Or is she something else in your eyes? Grace says nothing. She seems to be studying Ravel intently. You're suddenly struck with a feeling Grace is sizing Ravel up for weaknesses. Ravel turns back to you, clacking her yellow tusks as if in anticipation. Speak, precious man, but have a care for where your words fall. Okay, so, to get another flattering result, what is she to you, beautiful Ravel? She cannot even compare to your looks, your intellect, your power. Ravel slides her gaze off and narrows her eyes at Grace. So if I were to strike her down, snuff her infernal heart, you would not stir. Answer quite carefully. I retract my words. I don't wish her to be harmed. Pah! Contrary man. Ravel's eyes smolder. When she turns back to you, see the veins in her eyes have sharpened. Which thought rattles about in your skull now? I spoke falsely. I knew not what I said, but I have enough of death, mine or any other, to last several lifetimes. Ravel's eyes glaze off you and narrows her eyes at Grace. Enough of these games, Ravel. Look. Ravel clacks her tufts, glances at Anna with a sneer. What of this slip of flesh? The fiendling, the tiefling with the scarlet hair and the fiery passion. What is she to you, my precious child? Nothing, beautiful Ravel. Only you hold meaning to me. No other. Glances at Anna and then snorts, her black veins gleaming. So you would not miss her. Your fiery blood would be a welcome draught to the Trigids. Been a long time since they've had tasted fiendish blood. Ravel doesn't take her eyes off of Anna, but she continues to speak to you. Answer questionably, my precious man. This is no game. I retract my words. I don't wish her to be harmed. Ha! Contrary man. Her eyes smolder as she looks back to you, seeing the veins sharpen, which rattles about in your skull. Spoke thoughtlessly. Had enough of death. Ravel glances at Anna and then snorts, her black eyes gleaming. So be it. Enough of these games, Ravel. My next question is this. Ravel's voice drops, almost whispering. Suddenly have a strange feeling that she doesn't want to hear the answer. Why did it wait so long to return to me? Ravel grew lonely without you, my precious man. Way to this place is difficult, beautiful Ravel. Efforts have been made to ensure that you have little company, and many were the trials I was forced to undertake in order to stand before you. Yet I am glad to see you once again, Ravel. Time has not dulled your beauty, I see. Your answers! Ravel's eyes glint, her lips peel back in her grotesque smile. Your words are soothing, and I have not been heard such a long time. Stir even my black brambled heart. No matter where your memories be, your charms remain, beautiful thing. Nay, it's your charms that persist, beautiful Ravel. Of charms, enchantments, beguilements, all these Ravel have mastered, yet there's much that it seems you could teach, I see. Perhaps. Do you have other questions for me? Yes, the third and last question is this. As Ravel opens her mouth to speak her final question, you're suddenly gripped with the terrible realization that this is the final question, has murdered many others to whom this is asked. You know what it is, and you feel it welling up within you, and if you feel compelled to ask it. What can change the nature of a man?
What can change the nature of a man?
I see you have not forgotten. Ravel smiles, her yellow fangs gleaming. What is your answer? Oof. Let's see here. Regret, perhaps? And that is your answer. The veins within Ravel's eyes begin to shift slightly. She gives an evil smile. Be certain before you say. It may not be your answer, but it is my answer. That is all I wished for, my precious man. Ravel's smile relaxes. A simple answer, and in the end, many are the men I have laid low while they sought my answer. More fools are they, but this is such the way with more. That's it? I thought... Ravel cackles. Countless times the question has been asked, and not once did the pathetic shells who come afore me answer with their answer, but always sought to creep inside my mind and find out what I thought. There is no truth in that. I don't believe you. In fact, I don't think they ever could have answered you true, even if you were true to them. Velsel's suddenly, strangely silent. She's watching you warily. You never cared about any answer other than mine, ever, did you? You still asked the question, knowing that no matter what the answer they gave, they would die by your hand.
Updated my journal.
Ravel hisses. Of course your answer was the only one I sought, for you were the only reason I asked the question. Did I ever think I cared for them? Do you think I even cared a fraction amount for them that I cared for you, my precious man? Answer me that. I'm through answering your questions, Ravel. Now you'll answer mine. Of course. Ever questions. Ever questions. Why'd you make me immortal, Ravel? It's what you wanted, seedling, and you asked so sweetly. Now, how could Ravel say no to one such as you? Immortality was your solution to your challenge to me. My solution? But why? I don't know, seedling. Time chipped away at my memories as well. But it would seem? If you remember, tell me. I'm a curious myself. It must have been something important. It isn't in the nature of man to want to live forever. Only if what lies on the other path carries greater pain. Ravel, this is very important. Do you have any idea why I asked you to do it? Death was a thing you needed to dodge. An easy thing to say, mayhap, but to do, it's not. Immortality, even with its flaws, was the best solution what this withered mind could untangle. Yet, lead is not easily changed to gold, but it's possible. Through the unwise. Unwise? Ravel. If water can be drawn from blood, mortality can be taken from a mortal, peeled back like a sticky film. So you pulled it off. The gulf between man and unman is great. Traveled the distance. I provided the means, but you crossed on your own. Ravel slaps her head and rakes her hand through her hair. Bad, Ravel. Mortals are too flawed to be made to last. Still they break. They must be dragged kicking and screaming into an unhealthy new mold. Unhealthy? So the ritual is flawed. Shortcuts had to be made, and they can break the molded, for it is not always the mold that breaks, but the substance poured within it. force something into a shape that was not meant to be, and it breaks. I thought the material was of stronger stuff, but you have been made broken. But I am immortal. Surely it was a success. You've survived long, immortal one, but you have become the prey of creatures that is life. She cups her hands, then reverses it, forming a canopy with her hands. The body is but a hut for the soul, but now no one dwells in your hut. What went wrong with the ritual? Puzzle flesh broken, beautiful, beautiful mortal man. The ritual was not a finished thing. Ravel's brows wrinkle, her talons pick at her hair, tugging at a lone strand. The ritual is what gave you what you wanted, but... Ritual gave you what you wanted, but great were the costs. The casting of shallows, the quiet deaths of the mind, and the painstaking emptiness. These things, dangerous are they in the fragile vessel. No matter how strong a mortal man, regret them, and the ritual as do I. Casting of shadows. Ungrateful shades, but ungrateful without cause? Shades, they hate you, nameless one, for they are fathered by you, your children. Once forsaken, they will never forgive. They do everything they can do to destroy the parent. Such is the way of children. How do I father shades? The shadows. Uh-oh. You cast shadows on existence, nameless one. With every death, a shadow arises fresh from the fields of your flesh. They wander for a time, but always are returning, looking to murder their parent. Such is the way nature of many offspring. Ravel purses her lips in disapproval, and then suddenly pokes you in the chest with the talon. And thankless young men such as yourself. Tell me more about the ritual. The quiet, violent death of the mind. 1,000 deaths, and you recover from each. Not so the mind. The mind is much more fragile. Its scars run deep and do not heal. The brain is encased in a hard bone shell, difficult to breach, but with no defense against that which eats it from within. I see. Painstaking emptiness. You have a hole where your mortality once lay within your shell. She makes her hand into a fist and shakes it. Rattle, rattle goes the hollow man, a baby's plaything, with naught but a tiny stone that clatters and clacks within your frame. I see. So, despite these problems, it seems like, well, the ritual worked.
Updated my journal.
Do you doubt, Ravel? Of course I delivered on what I was promised. Not long after spell, it drew to a close. I killed you to see if it worked. You struggled so, but I kept my grip tight and watched you die your first of many deaths. Ravel clacks her teeth. Then I was learned in its flaws. What flaws? Ego, it wraps us like a prison. I forgot I did it. Oftentimes serves as a shield. Ravel clicks her tongue. My pretty, pretty thing. There's much wisdom and understanding in the truth. That life is a preparation for the ultimate goal, death. Our life is a means which we learn how to die, if we forget such a thing. So that's when you discovered I lost my memories when I died. Yes, Ravel nods. Unfortunate, without the mortality to hold on memories tightly, the shell of a body is. So you took my mortality from me. Is it still intact? Ravel seems surprised and alarmed. Yes. Fear not for a broken mortality. If you're here a talking to me. Intact your mortality must be. Such a thing cannot not be destroyed as long as you exist. You are an anchor to your mortal soul. As long as you are intact, so shall it be. Made to last you are. Ravel smiles and gives a wheezing laugh, for life swallowed you and spat you out. And it swallowed him, but I don't know if it came out of that end. Enough of this, Ravel. You took my mortality from me, and it has caused me more harm than good. I would take it back now. If you have it over long, I think. Ah, you make a demand? Ravel's black eyes sharpen and twist, taking a disturbing awareness. She bares her yellow fangs. No, that, Ravel, I will not do. What is undone cannot be done. Why not? Ravel cannot give such a thing to you, my precious man. Ravel has nothing to give. I never possessed you or your mortality, though I wish to keep them both in my garden as selfish affection of keepsakes. trace the patterns of your flesh, but such things Ravel cannot bring herself to do. Why not? You loved him. Anna breaks her silence. She sounds astonished. You loved him, you did. Ravel gives a low, wide smile. Is it so hard for you to believe, fiendling? She cackles softly to herself. Does Ravel, being Ravel, and thus a myth, not deserve to carry a feeling in her black brambled heart? No creature is understanding of such a feeling, or undeserving of such a feeling, Ravel. Ray speaks softly. The histories do not paint such a compassionate picture of you, however. The past is a past, and histories care little for speaking the truth of it. Ravel frowns, and her voice drops slightly, threateningly, as she studies Graith. The feeling brushed me, yes, and now holds your slivered tongue. Abyssal daughter, I need not your soft words to cloud the air here. The man and I shall speak, and you shall bow out of this. I shall attend to you shortly. Enough, Ravel. If you don't have my mortality, where is it? I don't know, sweet thing, but if I were you, I'd get it quick. No telling what horrible things someone could do if they held your mortality for ransom. Ravel clicks her talons together. It'd be like holding someone's sweet, succulent soul. A puppet dancing on someone's strings, would it not be? A most sad puppet, too. Too? Know where it is, I would not. Let's see here. Well, it would have been too easy for you to know where it is and where to be found. Looks like I'm off on another hunt. Hold a moment. You say you don't know where my mortality. Do you know someone who does know where it is? Belle smiles horridly, her tusk gleaming. Clever you are. Yes, there's another who might know the things that Ravel does not. Another might know. Who? Belle's eyes dim, as if she is staring at something in distance, and her voice slows. A fair-skinned one, you must ask. An angel. A diva. One of those who soars on the wings of morning, and with his hand is the architect of horizons. He lies beyond my keeping, in another cage, in another prison. It is his knowing and the knowing of what you wish to know. Ask him your questions. Listen to his answers. Use them as guides. Where can I find this angel?
Updated my journal.
He is leaving the prison to another cursed prison, which you will arrive. Though it may not appear as such to casual glances, step lightly and find the golden link in the ever-shortening chain. Light shall give the dark of the matter. New paths shall open to you. I had some other questions for you, Ravel. Of course, ever questions. I had some questions about you, Ravel. Yes, ask your question about Ravel, my precious man. Ravel, who are you? Where'd you come from? I? Ravel am I, maker and breaker of puzzles, and solver of what cannot be solved. A mind raveling and unraveling until the threads of thought are tied up like knots in a drunken man's hair. Ravel picks up one of her jagged gray hairs, wrapping around her finger. It is enough it is. But what are you? Some have called you a night hag, whichever that is. Night hag? Ravel gives a ghastly smile, her yellow teeth like needles. I am but a woman who has sorely missed her beloved creation. Some have named me Crone, Grey Lady, Yaga Sister, Night Hag, but myself is my name, Ravel. Ravel who puzzles well, providing conundrums to decipher and lay impossibilities low, but... Many things are said about we Grey Ladies, a race we Night Hags, but an individual am I. Some call us evil of old, stalkers of mortal dreams, the kindly ones, ugly, hideous things, whose homes lie in the dark places of men's minds. Ravel's eyes narrow to reddish sparks, but that means nothing to me. One such as you call me such, my pretty thing. Let's see here. I would call you beautiful, Ravel. Ravel is silent for a moment. She cackles. Oh, you are a diamond, my precious songbird. You make the centuries worthwhile. How sweetly you sing these tired ears of feasting only on silence and the slow creep of black barbs spreading. Ravel smiles. Yet you lie to me. No, Ravel, I do not. Do you think I care for your truths? Deceit is beautiful to me, Songbird. Ravel loves to hear you say such things she does. Ugly I may be. Ravel, you're not ugly. Yet ugly I need not be, pretty thing. My shape is but